Hello, I'm back with another fall card today. This one is something that I did come up with on my own. I was kind of going for just a sunset scarecrow in a field type vibe. I think I conquered it. There are some things with this next one that I would like to just try to improve upon because this was my first version of it. And I don't have anything on the inside just yet. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do there, or if I just wanted to do a handwritten note. Whether it be like a thank you card or a happy Thanksgiving card or whatever, just a small favor. And I did pre-do some things, but not a lot. Like, I'm still gonna do all the coloring on camera. I might just fast forward at least the Scarecrow because I'm gonna be slow and pokey with that. And let's get started. So the first thing I did was cut my cardstock down. This is from the Wooden Textures Stampin' Up, and then I cut it down to size. This one I did the full face of the card, and this one I cut it down just a little bit so that it's a 1/4 inch smaller. Oops. Hopefully I don't regret that. It'll probably be okay. I figured since I used crumb cake as a color in one of the leaves that it will be fine. And I also wanted to, I think it'll be okay. I also wanted to pop it up. So I used a set of dies for my frame. They came from China, but I'm pretty sure I ordered them off Amazon, and I just used the largest one. And I can put that back. Oh, no, I can't. I wanted to show you. I took on my bottom layer and I just outlined ever so lightly. I mean, some of this over here, I'm sure you can't even see it. It's more like just an indentation with my pen. And I should have, thinking of it now, just done that anyway. That way there's no, I didn't have a pencil and I didn't want to see it. And then I accidentally made this dark spot up here. So hopefully between the coloring and I can arrange the paper so that you can't see that when I'm done. And then, like I said, that'll just go under there and you get the picture. I did pre-die cut my leaves. These are from the Gather Together framelits. And then these are from that Four Seasons. Oh, what is it? I don't remember. Seasonal Layers. Excuse me. Then I wanted to try this for my sentiment. I liked the look of this Fall Harvest one better. I thought it was a little bit more spookier and just kind of went better with it, but I think this would be cute too. This would not fit on my rectangle that I had already pre-cut, and so I'm still learning. So I just wanted to use what I had, and we'll do that. And I'll leave this over here. Is that still in the frame? Sorta. Anyway, for my bow, I just did a double bow, and I used something from an old paper pumpkin kit, just this like white baker's twine. And then one of my markers that I used to color my Scarecrow, I just used that to color my ribbon. And then I had to wait for it to dry. I kept out my same colors so I don't have to dig for all of that. And let me get a scratch paper in case I need to do that. I am going to color and do, I used for my sunset background on here, I used some oval makeup brushes. So I'm going to do all that. At least my Scarecrow, I'll probably fast forward. If not all of it. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to be too pokey, so anyway, I will go ahead and get to it. And I did, I'm going to color him. Like I said, I'll probably fast forward that. And then maybe when I'm done coloring him, I'll go from there. We'll try that. Okay, I have him colored. And next I need to get a scrap for my background, and I have a mask, as you can see. Let's try to get it lined up somewhat good. Okay, sorry about that. The UPS man came. So let me just clean up. I went ahead and got a background piece dug out and stick my markers in my bag. I try to use, like I said, I'm doing my coloring with these oval makeup brushes, and they don't come clean super well. And like this one, it still has a good bit of color. That might actually be the right bit of color that I need, so I won't fool with that anymore. But anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm going to try to use the same like color families for certain brushes. And then, I don't know, I might buy a couple more because I like the big ones. It comes in a set of like 5, and I just opened Crumb Cake ink. I have this like wheat stamp from, it's the Rooster Home to Roost, I think is what it's called, set. It was Stampin' Up's, what is it? Oh, Celebration from last year. And I am just stamping this everywhere. I'm trying to fill up the bottom. I'm even gonna like do some layers and just try to fill it up a good bit. And some more over here. And then I'm gonna just ink like the top portion with the grasses and just get that up maybe even a little higher. And the ones that are near my post-it note don't stamp super duper great, but I think that looks good. And then I didn't like, after I did my sunset last time, that behind the grasses was still all white. So, and I'm just getting my chamois to clean my stamp real quick. But anyway, so I just brought whatever yellow was left on my brush down in behind the grass, and that turned out, I kind of like how that turned out. You know, it's not going to be like, if I was to use green or something, summer in the back, I think it gave it more of a fall feel using the yellow. So I am using Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, and I pulled Mary Merlot instead of Rich Razzleberry, but I think I'm just going to try to use what's left on this brush. The color is Rich Razzleberry, and hopefully that turns out. And this has like some old blue or green, I think it was like Bermuda Bay, but none is coming off on my paper. So I'm going to use that for my yellow. And since yellow is a light color, you know, if I need to use it for a dark color again, I can. And I'm going to try to really load this up, and I'm just swirling it on my ink pad. And then I'm going to take off the first little bit, and if you go in light-handed, it turns out okay. So, you know, sometimes when you first, but that's okay. When you first go in, it's very dark in that spot. It's really important to do that with the darker colors, I found. And I'm sorry if I'm shaking. I just remembered the camera shakes while I'm wiggling away. Alright, just want to make sure I go all the way out to my border, because there's nothing worse than getting it done and realizing you have a blank spot. Then for my Flirty Flamingo, I used that medium-sized brush last time, but I guess I'll try maybe this smaller one. We'll see how the smaller one does. I don't know. I've never used them. Hopefully I don't ruin things. I'm just going to come in really light. or try to. It's getting kind of dark. I'm going to focus it down here in this corner a little bit. Like the sunset is just starting to happen. And we'll see how it turns out. And then I want my sunset, I guess it's obvious, to be over here. Oh, yay. Okay, yeah, that's better. I'm glad I did that. And then you can test, you know, where your frame's going to be. And I think it's okay. I think I need to maybe blend my yellow and my pink a little bit more. Or maybe I'll go in with some more yellow on top and try to soften it up. And your paper will be a little damp, but it will dry. I just used regular cardstock, and I need to put these somewhere where they are not going to make a mess. I'm going to leave it like that. I think it looks pretty good because by the time I add my embellishments and everything else over top, it'll look good. And we're done with these inks, so I will close those up. And I can remove my mask. And voila. Okay. Next, I'm going to put my frame on, and they're both, I don't know, do I like that side or this side? I think I like this side. And I think, trying to find the right yellow, because where I have my mask was cut a little big. That'll work. I just want to color it in with the yellow. Actually worked out pretty well. These are just, I think I said before, they're supposed to be alcohol markers, but they're just from Amazon. They did say alcohol-based marker. Yeah, twin type alcohol-based ink. But I don't know. I really like Stampin' Up's blends. I don't have them. But just from how everybody else has been, you know, it makes you look like a super duper colorist or something. And I'm going to go with that side. But anyway, they're so expensive. So... And I don't do a lot of coloring. You know, this is probably the most coloring that I've done in a long time, I'll say that. So for what I use and what I do, I mean, other than my pumpkins on my last card, that's been the sum of my blending skills. I just want to make sure my dark... Oh man, I wanted to pop that up. I forgot. Oh well. Guess it's going to be flat again. Close up my glue. And I can pop it up on my card base. I can do that. That's not too late. And I have some bigger dots. They're from Recollections. Yeah, they're just from Michael's. But they are bigger. probably plenty. Oops. Okay. Works every time. All right. So next, let's see. I guess I need to put my leaves and my embellishments on. And I kind of at first wanted to make it look like you were peeking through the leaves to look at them, or to, you know, to look at the scene. But I don't know, I guess you could still look at it that way. I ended up just doing it in the two corners. Come on, I got like butterfingers today. All right. And my sentiment, I kind of wanted to tuck it in there. And I'll use a maple down there, I think. And then those are extra. And then I have some black rhinestones. Oh, and I needed my crow. So I'll put him down. And I know I said in the other video, but I don't think I said it in this one. This stamp set is from Mimi Made It. And it was not a good idea to pop him up and then do stamping. But it's done now, so I'm not gonna cry about it. It'll be okay. So once we glue everything down here, I mean, we're pretty much done. I didn't do anything on the inside of the other card. I think I did put a white layer in there, but I wanted to pop up my sentiment, and actually I want to give these guys a little dimension first. And so, oh, there it is. I was going to say I lost my bow. And I only put glue down in the centers so that they'll stay a little like textured looking dimension. That's what I'm looking for. Good thing I used glue, because now I'm moving everything. Alrighty. And then my sentiment. Are we straight? Yeah, okay. For my bow, last time I tried using glue, it really sucked. So I have some glue dots, and that was a lot better. These were a pain in the butt to tie. Once I colored them and then they dried, they became, I guess stiff would be the right word. But then at the same time, once I was done, it like I could shape it and use my scissors to make the bow a little bit more open again, because they really got squished. But I like the color it turned out. It turned out good. I don't have any twine at the moment, so that worked in a pinch. And I'm just going to put a couple of these black rhinestones down. I got these in a set of, it came with a whole bunch of colors, like a whole bunch of colors. And I think they too came off Amazon. It came with this pink color, this dark green. This is a lighter green, like a yellowy green. Then we've got a light purple. That's a pretty color. The dark purple's pretty. I mean, they're all really pretty. I like them all. This is like a, what am I trying to say? Not pearlescent, but like the rainbow clear. Dark blue, red, like a teal light blue. This is like a coppery brown color. Then you have the regular rhinestones that are just clear. This pink, really pretty. Orange, yellow, and then the black. So, and I think it was like, I don't know, $2 or $3. You can't beat it. And they work fine. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. Get one more. And voila. I did put a white piece, so I guess I'll go ahead and do that. Wherever they might be. I guess I need to cut one. We'll get my trimmer. Had to get a piece of white cardstock, sorry. I try to be fast because I know I don't like when things get super drawn out and then you forget something. It never fails. And I probably didn't even forget it. It's probably sitting out somewhere. And I just did this a 1/4 of an inch smaller. My last one was a little bigger, or a little smaller, I should say. I had a little bit of a bigger border. But that's just because it's what I had laying around, and that's what I used. Because I'll end up with all these white scraps, and then don't have anything the size I want when I go back to it. Unless it's just for cutting out a little something something. So that one happened to be close enough, and I just used it. So, there we go. Whoops. That must be a little bit too big. That or I did something wrong. I probably cut it at 4 1/4, didn't I? And you guys didn't tell me. Yep, that's what I did. Uh-oh. Boy, this video is becoming a little bit of a mess. But that's what you get, and I'm sure it happens to all of us, so I'm not going to worry too much. But there you go. 2 more cute fall cards, and I hope everybody likes them. See, by the time I covered this one up, you can tell that it's a sunset, but I don't have this big blob. So what I might do is use a smaller die, maybe this one, and I could cover it up. So I might, we'll see. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope this inspires you, and I hope you all liked it, and have a great day. Thank you again.